Alrighty folks, thanks for tuning in once again today. You may be wondering why I'm holding a sock in my hand. I'll get to that a little bit shortly. But first I'd just like to talk about warming up in the winter months. So obviously as the temperature starts to decrease, it becomes a lot harder to get that core temperature to come up. And you will need to spend a bit more time making sure you are prepared for your workout to prevent any injury that may come from that. So back to the sock. So a little trick I like to do is just a little litre bottle that I've filled with hot water, not boiling, so warm hot water is okay. Don't get to melt the bottle. So what I'll do, I'll slip the little sock over it. So that just makes it a little bit softer and keeps it a bit insulated as well. So now that is heated. So with that, especially for the calves, so I like to use this just rolling the calves out. Just trying to get them nice and loose, even on recovery days. And then just taking the foot through range of motion, so the dorsal and the plantar flexion as I roll back and forth. So I'm basically just using the same sort of techniques I would use with a typical foam roller for self-myofascial release, just that I've got an enhanced sort of benefit with that being heated as well. You could also use your typical foam roller. If you have like a blanket heater or something like that, wrap up your foam roller. Don't set it too high. You do not want to melt your foam roller. And you can use the same approach with that as well. So rolling your quads, hammies, and your IT band as well is great for that. So also with your getting onto another extreme, typically with your soft tissue injuries, you will be applying a cold pack, so to minimise that inflammation response. But with your weight training or whatever type of modality, whether you're running or whatever you do, you will be causing some form of micro trauma to your muscles. So we're basically going to apply the same sort of principle as cryotherapy, mixed in with a self-myofascial release. So now these are starting to become more popular in the market. Obviously, not my UView engineered design of a water bottle filled with water and frozen, but you'll see a few of these type of devices in the market. But they're usually stainless steel and a lot more fancier. But the same sort of premises. This is like a 1.25 litre bottle, so you can use a 2 litre bottle. It's probably better hitting the hamstrings and the quadriceps. But with this process, because of the nature of it, I'm not going to want to stay on a particular spot for a prolonged period of time. So I just want to keep moving up and down, rolling the muscle. So we'll start with the calves. So I'm just going to be applying a localised temperature change in that calf muscle. So that muscle will start to cool down, and there will be some vasoconstriction in that muscle as the muscle tightens up. A little bit. So that's kind of a localised version of your typical contrast therapy, where you might you might have seen in like contrast showers, so hot, cold showers, so going a minute hot, a minute cold, or even with your cold water, immersion, where you'll see obviously a lot of endurance athletes will jump into a bucket full of ice to enhance recovery. So there are a few little tips you can use to enhance your recovery. or implement both of them, where usually might use a mixture of 1, 2, maybe even to 3 minutes of just rolling back and forward, get that muscle nice and cold, and then changing up with the hot one. So getting that vasoconstriction and vasodilation effect where a muscle will be constricting and dilating and getting that blood pumping effect, and hopefully eliminating any sort of byproducts, waste byproducts, from your training. So there's a few little tips, guys. Hope that helps. Give it a go, see if it works for you, and let me know. I'll catch you next time. Bye.